Okay, what'd you do?
The story goes like this, David. We went to the lake at the Ozarks, a couple of girlfriends of mine and me. We are going to go shopping. We are going to go to a fine dinner. And then we are going to go clubbing. Okay? As much as we can. So as soon as we leave, it starts pouring rain. So that's how it starts, but we go shopping anyway. I shop for about an hour before I decide that it's a lot cheaper for me to go to the bar and watch the Huskers on TV than it is to hang with these women and go shopping. So that's what I do. From there, we go to our hotel, which is at Tantera, and we go to a lovely dinner at Michael's. Now, they've changed all of the roads around. There's Passovers, there's go around, there's go unders, there's all these crazy things. So we are trying to get to Michael's Swiss Chalet, okay? Only we don't get off on the right spot at the roundabout. So we end up in Timbuktu, down where a whole bunch of trailers are. And I tell Shelly, wouldn't it be funny if we accidentally ended up at Michael's by accident? You know, not knowing where we go. So anyway, we come back, we go back on the roundabout. Here we go, we get there, roads are closed. Tells us how to get there, and sure enough, we have to go back to that roundabout, and we have to get off where we accidentally got off the first time. So, yay, we finally get to Michael's. We have the best steak I've ever had in my life. It melts in your mouth. We had sauteed mushrooms that we ordered and shared. It was divine. It was totally to die for. If you think a $30 filet, it's worth every penny. It's worth it. So from there, we decide we're going to go clubbing now, okay? So we go to a place that they suggest called the Glass Room, the Glass Bar next to the Blue Room, something like that. So we get in our car. We're going to go to Topside, but you can't get there. You've got to go about a Passover and all this crazy stuff. So we go to the Glass Bar, okay? Well, it's full of very strange people. Strange people. So we're like, this really isn't our crowd, you know. It's not kind of what we were anticipating. Let's blow this joint, you know. Let's go to Topsider. So we get back in the car. We go to Topsider. Is this place open? Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it's Saturday night, for crying out loud. We go in. We're the only ones there. The only ones. This is my birthday celebration, okay? We're going to get a little crazy. And we are the only ones there. So I say to the bouncer, you going to dance with us since we're the only ones here? Because clearly they don't even have the dance floor. There's no music. There's nobody there. I mean, but us and the bartender and the bouncer. So we sit there having girl talk, you know, for whatever. And then pretty soon we're like, let's go find a different place. Well, the only place we know to go back to is the Blue Room / Glass Bar. So we head back there. Now, the only difference between now and previously when we were there is that there's even more strange people, okay? But this time we don't care because we just want to dance before the night's over. So, lo and behold, why are you frowning?
It's still fine.
Okay. Lo and behold, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, a man comes up to me. Still want to dance with me? It's the bouncer from the place that we were, where nobody was. So he ends up over there. So, yay! I dance with him, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with man boobs, but they were rubbing on me, and I didn't like it, okay? I'm just trying to dance, and he's all in my space with his man boobs. So, whatever, at least I got to dance. So I'm happy about that. So now it is time for us to go back to Tantera. So off we go, and when you come into Tantera, there's two roads. One takes you to the resort, The other takes you to Tantera Estates, condos, so forth. Okay, I'm not paying attention. I'm not driving. Marjorie's not paying attention. She's not driving. Only Shelley. So Shelley, goes. She takes the wrong road to the estates. So we are driving around these condos. We can't find our way back. We can't find a sign that says to the resort. It's probably 1:45 in the morning at this time. We're a little hammered. And we're just driving around, and I'm like, it'll be okay. Eventually we have to end up someplace that says resort. So around we drive, and oh my gosh, it's just stupid, okay? And so then finally, Shelley decides to take this one road, and we hit some kind of bump, and you're like, well, was that a speed bump? Or, wonder what that was. We get down, it's a dead end, okay? There's just condos down there. So she decides to back up. So she backs up, and then she goes to go forward. Well, she can't. The wheels are just spinning. She's backed off of the road where there's a cliff like this, okay? So we've got about half of the car that's on the road, half of the car that's hanging off, for this long plunge to our death. And by now it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay? And so the girls, we get out. I'm like, let me try to drive. I'm thinking I can drive us out of there. There's no driving. I mean, those wheels are just spinning. They're not touching anything. So they're knocking on the doors. They wake up somebody. He comes out, sticks logs underneath, trying to get the tires to be able to touch something. And the girlfriend's mad, and we're like, we're sorry, there's nothing we can do. He's like, well, we're going to have to give you a ride back to the resort, and then you guys have to call a tow truck in the morning. Yeah. And so we're like, no, we don't want to bother you. We'll just walk. And the girlfriend's like, it's 40 minutes. It's a 40-minute walk. And we're like, we don't know. We're lost. We don't know where we are. So that's the deal. She gives us a ride back. And her closing statement is, what happens at the lake stays at the lake. And she drops us off. So the next morning, Shelley went down there and had to get a tow truck, which they, whipped it out right away. But
Yeah.
it was at least 3 o'clock a.m. before we got back. So we didn't get a dance, really, but once. I didn't get to, but we had great food. We had an adventure. Yes, we did. We felt a little naughty, like we got in a little bit of trouble. So all in all, it was good. It was my weekend.
True story.
And that's a true story, David.